Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom and I have just witnessed Millwall 1, QPR 2 in a fiercely fought London derby, but decided by a horrible mistake by Bialkowski in goal for Millwall, giving Nucky Wells his second and the winning goal to take the 3 points back to inform QPR and back over to West London. Here is what happened. Now Millwall, and this is probably one of the key issues of the whole game, Millwall are going to match up with Mark Warburton's 3-5-2. So Harris going for a 3 at the back, not what we've come to know from Millwall in the couple of years they've been up. Bialkowski in goal, the 3 centre-halves are Hutchinson, Pearce and Cooper. McCarthy's the right wing back, Ferguson is the left wing back. Then you've got kind of 2 sitters in midfield, Thompson and Mollenby. Wallace is a little bit further forward, not quite a 10, but he's going to be the link to the 2 strikers that are Smith and Bodvarsson. So a little bit different for Millwall. QPR, who seem to be setting the tone, given this is their normal strategy. Lumley in goal, Cameron, Leisner, Barbe, the 3 centre-backs. Right wing-back is Kane, left wing-back Manning. Then you have Ball sat there in front of the midfield. Chair and Eze, the 2 talented youngsters, a bit further forward in the QPR midfield, with Big Hugel and less Big Wells up top for Rangers. Cagey stuff for the first 10 minutes. It's a high tempo, not a lot in it. Leisner has started the game well against Big Smith. 13 minutes, first chance here. Big one forward. Thompson in the drop zone here. Wallace on to Ferguson. His cross isn't great. Ferguson's in the box here, but nearly catches Lumley out at his near post. I guess everyone's expecting a cut back there, and Lumley does the business. 15, big chance here for Rangers on their first real good foray forward. Hugel holds it up. Eze releases Chair down the right hand side. He crosses in. Wells is arriving with the defender and Bialkowski. They all converge on the ball. It goes loose. It's running back to Hugel, who, if you remember, starts the attack. He comes into the box. If he can keep his composure and find either corner, this is 1-0. He goes for the blast and it is blocked out. 21. Good game this here. I've noted QPR getting their back 3 really wide. Barbe's comfortable on the ball, we know from Brentford. Cameron was a midfielder in the Premier League. He's comfortable there. They're stretching that possession across the back, getting the 2 wing-backs forward. The out ball, the easy recycler in midfield is Ball, which allows Eze and Chair, the creative guys. The system looks fairly watertight, but Millwall pressing well, and when they get the wing backs forward, there is a threat, and there's always a threat with the direct ball in for Smith or the channels for Bodvarsson. 24, quick throw in from Kane. Very alert here. Chair crosses, vital header out from Pearce, right under the bar there. Hugel is arriving behind him to finish that one off. 26, Millwall corner here, nodded back by Hutchinson. It won't come down for Wallace. He snatches at the volley and up and over the top it goes into the channel here. Ferguson, but Varson behind Cameron, who takes him down for the first yellow card of the game. But Varson did well to buy that good bit of play. 35, good football from Rangers here. They're gonna start to pick up now and really take this game by storm here. Manning starts it. It's switched out over to Eze. He and Chair exchange. It's a horrible shot in the end from long range by Chair. But the first time, it took them to the half an hour mark to really start to get the ball down and play Rangers. And when they did, very, very effective stuff, particularly from those 2 youngsters who I'm sure we're going to talk about. Quite a lot today and quite a lot through the season. Barbe steps out on 37 into Hugel. Kind of bounces off Hugel, but comes back to Barbe. He goes for the long ranger with the left foot. Blocked out here. Rangers on top now. Millwall starting to give Eze a bit of the treatment in this midfield. They've identified the real danger man here. Manning, deep cross on 38, falls for Eze. So many touches here in the box, he can't find a yard. He's one of those players who relaxes every time he gets the ball and kind of tries to draw the defender in. We saw Grealish do that a lot last season. He can't find a shot for himself. Wells, in the end, takes it on and puts it behind from inside the box. Corner from the left here. Everyone goes near post for Rangers. You see they're well on top here. Chair volleys at goal, well blocked out. Wells, left corner of the box on 43. Low one from him. Tame one deflected through to Bart. It's half time. First quarter of this game is even. As I say, Millwall got some joy getting McCarthy and Ferguson forward, but as you can see from about 33 minutes, Rangers start to keep the ball. They start to move Millwall around. Chair and Eze start to get some space. Eze, for the last 15 minutes of that half, really, really good. Best player on the pitch. And you're wondering at half time, does Neil Harris switch it back 4-4-2? Does he accept it's 0-0? And the upside is he can match up. And there were some moments there. Or does he go back? Well, he does not go back, and it's 3-5-2 again for Millwall, matching up in the second half. No changes, knocked off to Wallace on 46. He's 25 yards out. Good contact straight at Lumley with the shot there. Chair, way too quick for Thompson down the right wing. Thompson's back covering the runner. Free kick goes to the back stick. Hugel goes down, trying to buy a foul there with Hutchison. Nothing doing there. 50, Hugel comes back as a counter-attack with Wallace, and he absolutely cleans Wallace out as he's going down the right wing there. Yellow card for Hugel, and this wakes the crowd up a bit and kind of wakes Millwall up for the next few minutes. Deep cross from Hutchison. Smith is under pressure. He gets the header on goal, but Lumley saves it. Millwall pushing on a little bit, and it plays into QPR's hands. As I said, the yellow card brought Millwall out. Bit more snap to the press, and Rangers are going to pick them off for the opening goal here on 55 minutes. Millwall corner cleared out to the right-hand side. Now, Hugel does well. He smells blood. He doesn't just hold it and play the safe ball. He tries to make the play and puts the Millwall defence on the back foot early in this first phase of this counter-attack. Chair is with him. They do well together, and they get it down to the right now for Wells. Wells has got it on the right-hand side now, and the cavalry are arriving. Kane has come up and he's sprinted inside. Wells engages his man. I think it's Cooper. He slides it inside to Kane. It's a big counter-attack. Now, Kane's on the edge of the area, and here's where they get a little bit lucky. I don't know who it comes off. I haven't seen this back on a replay, but it bounces really nicely for Wells. Remember, he's played the ball in for the right, so he's coming at it on his left foot. It comes to him really nicely, but from here, it's excellent from Wells. He hits it first time on the angle. He curls it round Bialkowski and finds the side netting, and Rangers have the lead from Millwall's best little period of play in the first half. Like I say, little bit of luck to get that final bounce to actually kind of play Wells in. But some good play in the build-up from Hugel, good numbers forward, and a good finish. And you would have said if they'd scored after 40 minutes, a deserved lead. On the balance of the whole game, a deserved lead. But on that 5-minute period, it was a counter-attack. And maybe that's where Rangers are going to be good this season, picking teams off like that. 1-0, QPR, Wells, the score. And here comes Wells again down the left-hand side on 58. Deep cross from the left. Kane's forward well again. He enjoyed his contribution. He brings it down on his right foot. It won't come down on his weaker left foot. He puts the volley over the top. 61, Ferguson, free kick. Cooper up and glances this one wide. Ferguson gets another free kick right over in the corner quadrant here. It's a good delivery again. Hutchison's up on the near post. Lumley catches it. He's right back on his goal line. A few appeals that he was too far back on his goal line. It goes straight up the other end. Another QPR counter-attack from a Millwall corner. Remember, they scored from the last one. Out to Wells again, right-hand side, exactly the same thing. Deja vu all over again. Wells crosses Pearson Hugel arriving in the 6-yard box. Vital clearance, though. It's Hutchison off the line in the end there. Wells is blocked out in the follow-up. Hutchison nearly scores one end and makes a good clearance the other end. 68, Bradshaw comes in for Budvarsson. No change of shape, still 3-5-2, like-for-like swap here. Great start from Bradshaw, though. He makes a lovely pirouette turn in the box here. Fires it low across the goal. And it's just blocked out with Smith arriving there at the back post. Great start. But from the corner, earned by Bradshaw, Millwall do get the equaliser for 1-1. It's swung in from that right-hand side where the cross went in the first place. Smith is in there causing trouble. It's a bit ugly. It goes loose. Hutchison's made the run in for the header. The ball falls to him. He's right close in on goal and he slams that one home. Millwall do it from a set play yet again. 1-1. Again on the basis of this half. Maybe a fair result on the basis of the whole game. Rangers may consider themselves unlucky not to be leading, but you've got to defend those set plays, particularly here at the Den. And nice substitution from Harris. Bradshaw made the quick impact and they get the goal from the corner on 69. But no sooner has that happened, Millwall now bit between their teeth. They're going to press forward and they're forcing QPR to play a big long clearance. Up it goes right down the pitch. Wells has given chase. Out comes Bialkowski to the edge of his box. The three centre-backs are running back. Wells is chasing. Bialkowski's going to try and sweep up. He is firm favourite to win this. He's got to run out, stick his right foot through this and boot it down, hopefully to one side, the left-hand side as he's looking of the ground. He comes out, he jumps at the ball and tries to side foot. It's horrible technique from the on loan Ipswich goalkeeper. I know all about him, don't you worry. Terrible mistake. He completely misses it. And worse still, it's going to bounce straight over to Bialkowski's left. Wells is running in on it. He picks it up. He's got an empty net and he can take a touch. Wells takes the touch, moves into the box, side foots the ball into the net. Disaster for Millwall. Disaster for Bialkowski. Terrible mistake by the big pole in the goal, and Wells gives QPR a 2-1 lead just minutes after they've got the game back, Millwall, to 1-1. What a horrible moment for Bialkowski. And the air is sucked out of the stadium. Millwall, remember, they'd made that substitution, they'd got the equaliser, and then killed by a big mistake by their goalkeeper. On 75, Harris finally decides he's going to go back to a 4-4-2. It's kind of a weird 4-4-2 diamond, though, he goes for. But I think the key point is he's got a back four now, and that's just a good reference point for these Millwall players. McCarthy goes right back. Ferguson goes left back. Mollenby's kind of sitting in front of the back four, I guess. He's going to try and look after Eze. Mahoney right side, Thompson left of a sort of diamond. They're trying to keep Wallace roughly the furthest forward. It's either a diamond or a kind of 4-1-3-2. It's not an orthodox 4-4-2 though. Smith and Bradshaw up top. Warburton reacts immediately in the same substitution. Scowen comes in for Wells. Chair is going to play off Big Hugel up front, and that means they can kind of get an extra body in midfield as well. Scowen will also add a little bit of steel to shore up that midfield and defend this lead now. 77, Manning, free kick from deep. Cameron's in there. He gets ahead of the centre halves. The free kick's a bit high for him and he heads it over the top. Slid down the right here for QPR. Beautiful touch by Chair. Just takes the pace off the ball. Redirects it here for Kane in down the right. Low cross. Hugel arriving for 3-1. vital clearance at the end there. 79 though, here is your big chance for Millwall, and Harris was right to keep Wallace in the 10 position, because when Eze gets robbed on the ball in a deep position, it's on to Wallace. We know he can accelerate, we know he's got pace, and his first touch is a really good one, takes him away from those Rangers centre halves. He's in on goal, but he's on his left foot. He's going to try and shape it around Lumley with the left foot, and he misses the big chance. He's in on goal. It hits the post behind the goal, holding the net up. He's put it wide. What a chance for Millwall to make it 2-2 there. 81, Pugh comes in for Chair. Now Pugh's going to go back into centre midfield. Eze's released into the 10 position, really just trying to shore this up. As I keep saying, you've now got Scowen and Pugh, fresh legs with Ball, who's just sat there all day. Good player, Ball, sitting in front of the back three there. Hutchison yellow on Pugh pretty soon after Pugh comes on. Mahoney, 87, lovely crossing. He's got away, Mahoney, goes down the right, and he just floats those left-footed crossing. They're always in swinging as well. Same trick, but difficult to stop. Drops to Wallace here. Big block by Pugh. Even bigger shout for handball here. Pugh throws himself at it. I've only seen this once in real time, so I just saw a big blur and a big holler from behind the goal from those Millwall fans. Follow-up falls to Ferguson. He lashes at it, lacks composure. There's Shane Ferguson over the top from the angle. 89, O'Brien comes in for McCarthy, still chasing this game. Virtually a 4-2-4 here to end the game. We've seen this from Neil Harris before. O'Brien left. Thompson's going to go to right back. Mahoney's on the right. They're going to play long. They're going to sit two midfielders in and try and get those wingers right forward in amongst the drop zone. And there's a chance here on 90 and it falls to QPR. Breaks to Hugel. Remember, there's not a lot of defenders here for Millwall now. They're really going for it. He comes inside. He actually beats Cooper quite well inside and then out. He's on the right foot. He's probably about 20 yards out, and he tries to curl it round Bialkowski. Maybe a bit cuter, and a chip might have been on there, but big Hugel, I don't know whether he had the legs there and the composure this late into the game, and it sails over the top. 92, Mahoney does well. Smith up, can't direct his header. Goalwood's standing firm there, these QPR centre-halves. Eze breaks into the 10 position here. Cuts inside, there's men over here. Warburton must have been doing his nut. Just keep the ball, play the percentages. Eze, his shot is blocked. And that is all she wrote for this London derby. QPR get the win. Wells gets both the goals, but the story is it was a huge mistake for the winning goal. Rangers are in good form. They march on. As I said, the basic narrative, first quarter of this game, fairly even. The second quarter, from pretty much from half an hour, QPR really good, well on top there. Didn't get the goal though in that first half. Eze, excellent. We go into the second half a little bit more even, and strangely, as Millwall come forward, that big tackle by Hugel, the crowd are up. It's then that QPR pick them off and take the lead through Wells. Bit of luck with the final ball, but good counter and a good finish. Millwall get themselves back in it with Hutchison's goal from the corner, and then the big long ball, the mistake from Bialkowski. Wells puts the second in, and QPR see the game out 2-1. Haven't checked the tables, but I know Leeds have drawn. I know Swansea have drawn. So QPR could really be in touch with the leaders. I'll have to have a look. I'd expect they'll be in the top 4 or 5 by the end of today. Mark Warburton is doing a really, really good job at QPR. I like a lot the balance of the team. Leistner headed everything away against Smith today at centre-half. He's got a history of doing that. As I said, Cameron and Barbe spread wide the back three, created passing angles when in deep possession. That looked good. Kane and Manning up and down. Manning looks particularly good on the ball as well. Ball sits in midfield and allows the two youngsters, Chair and Eze, who look really good for a lot of today. Very creative, very good young players, those two. And he's kept the front two, a big guy, little guy up front. The balance everywhere is good, isn't it? The balance of the back three is good. The balance of the midfield is good. Balance of the front two is good. And the wing backs look decent as well. A natural right foot and a natural left foot. Really good balance. Use the ball well and have two in Chair and Eze quality young players. Could be a good season for QPR if they can keep that 11 on the pitch, develop the pattern of play. It looks open. There's parachute teams in the bottom three. I wonder what QPR's upside is for this season. Impressive first showing for me from QPR today. Millwall, well, they tried to match up, and then you have that question, don't you? If they had gone with their normal system, would they have got picked off by the different angles that QPR could have created? Who knows? They were in the game until a big mistake. Although the tide really was against them at half-time, and I half expected Harris to go at half-time. Little bit cautious today, I think, Neil Harris, in terms of maybe a little bit too much respect paid to QPR. Since when have Millwall paid anybody any respect? When they were best in 17-18, they didn't care who they were playing. They just went for teams, and frankly, they beat most of them, especially down there at the Den. First time for me seeing a couple of the players. McCarthy looks like he's got a good upside at wing back. Cooper, strangely, was quite good as a left centre back in a back three. He always seems to play well. Pretty creative midfield with Thompson, Mollenby and Wallace. Bloke sitting next to me really didn't like Wallace. Smith and Bodvarsson, maybe Bradshaw might have a shout to start up front in the next game. So, although the game decided on a mistake, I think QPR were quite impressive, and over the 90 minutes maybe deserved to shade this one, certainly by a single goal. Let me know if you're a supporter of QPR. Have I got it right? You impressed with the balance of your team? Where can they go this season? Can they take advantage of bigger, more money teams struggling in the bottom half? Millwall fans, have I got it right? Should it have been a 4-4-2 or a 4-4-1-1? And maybe does Bradshaw have a shout getting in the next game? Let me know what you think in the comments. I will be seeing Millwall again at Luton in a couple of weeks, so well worth hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell if you're a Millwall fan. QPR, don't know when I'll see them next, but I'm quite eager to, because they look like a good side. You can follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Bloom. If you've watched before, you can now follow me on Patreon. This will always be free on YouTube, but if you want to donate a little bit of money to my coffers and try and make this a viable pursuit rather than just an expensive hobby for me, then have a look on Patreon. We've got some subscribers on there already doing me a solid. Thank you everybody for watching. Get your comments in on what I've said and the game today. I will see you all very soon, especially if you subscribe. So hit that button, ring that bell. It was Millwall 1, QPR 2. Thank you for watching. Over and out.